and then I was just kind of a fanboy for her whenever she was
So
playing.
you're the mentor.
Yeah, yeah. She taught me everything that I know. Honestly,
Sonically. Just,
Yeah, and like and I think that's the beauty about techno too, is like every element needs to have a purpose. I think even with our productions lately, the way we produce, we've been like cutting back elements.
Hey, what's good, my friends? Thanks so much for checking out the Open Decks podcast. This week, Ryan and I sat down with Tonal Theory in the High Definition Studios in Washington, D.C. Tonal Theory, a duo out of the D.C. area, producing techno and performing together since college. Great conversation, one of my favorites to date. Just incredible conversation about music and how a growing family both kind of impacts and inspires their career going forward. Hope you enjoy this one. I know that Ryan and I both did. Thanks again for stopping by. Enjoy the conversation with Tonal Theory.
okay.
I remember the guy with that cowboy hat, specific, like white, all white, like ensemble.
I think so.
You remember? Yeah.
But
Oh man,
It's ringing a bell. Yeah.
I think so.
but I've gotten obviously more familiar with what you're up to, both as musicians and as a family through social and through Ryan.
As life
speaks,
is shifting, yes.
Yeah, Ryan speaks very highly of you and your music. So
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I really
It's very
appreciate it.
important.
Really
It's
appreciate
very
it.
important for the the aspect that we were DC is like vibrant with house music, and I think just shifting into different
Yeah.
things, and it's like a very unique
Yeah.
thing to have, like hard techno here.
Are you
Right.
from the area? Are you
Yeah.
both
Yeah.
from the
Yeah,
area?
yeah.
I grew up in Burke, so Fairfax County, so Nova kid,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
throughout. So and went to college in Virginia, and so yeah, definitely from here.
And same. I went. Oh man, Gainesville,
Okay.
Prince William area.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
far out there. And then went to the same college as well. We met in college.
I used to
All right.
DJ. I used to DJ morning gigs at the F45 in Gainesville.
Oh,
Saturdays, like
45.
the F45.
Go to the gym with Ryan.
I think so. That's crazy. Wait, what? When was that?
It was like one of those things that like it was. I started out doing a corporate birthday. Then he was like, "Hey, come to my gym," and he,
Yeah.
it was Milton, who's like a Mr. Gym guy, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, okay, I'll do it, but like you better." Better be like worth my time.
Right.
And it was like better to like subside all those requests and
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
that stuff. Yeah.
This is like before we met. Even this is like
Yeah.
a few years back. But yeah, I remember you always telling the stories about the track that got you booted from F45.
Not
Oh,
F45. It was
Or was it?
Kick Axe.
Kick Axe. That's right.
Kick-Axe.
That's right. That's right.
I ran out of music and I was like, they patched me into the, it was like, it was supposed to be separate from like the, the system, their PA system. And
Yeah.
like, no, we can't have it clashing. And what, I'm gonna do you a favor. You go over there. I'm going to plug you in. I'm like, yeah, no edits. And then like, of course it's a family.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah. They booted you.
Yeah. They did.
So you've been DJing for a long time too.
I told you guys like around 90s, 98.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And,
just
yeah.
was that in Arlington that we played in Arlington? Where was that? The Clarendon Ballroom. Is that where we met for the first time in person?
officially in person.
Officially in person. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh wow.
You guys did that was that last year?
I wore the,
Yeah. That was last year,
Yeah.
and that was actually our first time
February, right? February
playing
last year.
in Arlington, like
Yeah.
ever in our DJ career. And I think when we graduated college, that was like we were going around Arlington just
Yeah.
knocking on bars, like, "Hey, will you take us? Will you take
Yeah.
us?" And
Yeah,
they
we were-
never took us.
Yeah.
Like we never got a gig in Arlington. And then we started
That's
playing in
wild.
DC, and then finally they're like, "All right, we're trying to do a techno night at Clarendon."
Well, I would think were you guys downstairs or
Yeah,
upstairs?
downstairs.
Yeah,
downstairs.
downstairs.
Was that you were probably working
Yeah.
with Nick?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So-
Nick
yeah.
was the one that reached out to us.
Yeah.
Like,
He was
yeah.
just going to start that. Yeah.
It's really into
Kind of full circle
Yeah.
moment,
Yeah.
I think.
Because none of them would take us at that time. We were just knocking doors.
Yeah, 'cause
And like
after-
the afternoon, we were just like,
Yeah.
"Hey, do you guys have DJ?"
Yeah, because after college, we didn't know if we were gonna continue
You know.
because that's where she started in college
Yeah.
at the college bars, and then I was just kind of a fanboy for her whenever she was
So
playing.
you're the mentor.
Yeah, yeah. She taught me everything that I know. Honestly,
Yeah. Like I was doing like an organization. It's like Korean American organization, and then I was always playing for the formals, and I'm like, I want to party, and I think that's when I was just like, hey, take my controller, like, can you learn and can you play?
Yeah.
it was so nerve wracking. That was the first time.
Yeah, that's a heck of a test to put in front of somebody, right? Like,
Yeah.
like, all right, pal.
Yeah.
Let's see what you're made of.
Yeah.
I gave him 1 week.
Yeah.
1 week and your music, my music. And I'm like, just play
Tough
this.
teacher. Yeah.
Then you realize, like, oh, this guy's good.
Yeah.
We got a
Be
white
all right.
belt. We need to get him the black belt eventually.
No, but that helped so much. Like, I feel like without him on my side doing it, I don't think I would have kept on doing it just because
Right.
like it was, I don't know, like, back then and like even today, like it's easier for me as a woman now to be able to DJ. And I think like he's helped with that too,
Yeah.
like with that noise. But back then when I was like,
You're like one brain now.
yeah. And like when I was trying to like go to bars or like bring my speakers, because in college I would have to bring my own speakers.
Yeah.
I like purposely got a
man.
dorm right next to the bar so I can just like haul it over.
Yeah.
And
Wow,
like,
reflecting on Tommy's situation too.
I mean,
Yeah.
you did too.
Just
Yeah.
like the commiseration of like it's 2:30 in the morning or whatever, like packing up, taking
Yeah.
Yep.
speakers,
Break
and
it
then
down.
like,
Yep.
and this like at this time I had a couple of young kids at home already, so I'd be like, all right, I gotta sneak in the house late and like
Yeah.
try to get everything downstairs, and so I with the work of like you know, packing up and everything,
Yeah. 2 dollies and a backpack stand on my like.
Yeah.
I'd put it as a
tall
backpack.
as tall as you probably, right?
So you see this thing that's like sticking out and like 2 dollies.
Yeah.
And we went even crazier because we used to like ask our friend Scott, who he owns a skate park, but way back in our day with our small town crew, and we had no PAs. We just had a booth speaker and a bass sub, and we just sort of like went and ramshackled this whole thing into the skate park, and there was no air conditioning.
True
Everyone was
renegade.
just dry.
True renegade. Yeah.
It's like
That's
all these
smart.
skaters have to get out of here. It's 9 o'clock. Let's get things started.
Yeah.
Did you guys? So did you find that your taste and your styles were like similar right away, or
Yeah, I think
Between
so.
us.
yeah, as you were starting to
Yeah.
DJ and get into she'd already been on it. Like, do you guys find that like the styles were like just a match from the beginning?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, he kept coming to Thirsty Thursdays.
Yeah,
I think he liked the music
Yeah, I
at
think
the bar.
yeah, I think we had definitely similar tastes
Yeah.
in music. I think
Yeah.
we knew what was good, what was bad.
Yeah, right.
honestly.
And then I think like when we left, it kind of just elevated, like just it kind of, ooh, I'm sorry. Whenever our style type like changes, he's like always like we're always in sync with that change.
Yeah.
Like we introduce to each other like new music and we're like, hey, how do you feel about this? And I think that was like the beauty of it, especially when we graduated college and like started going in DC and like started producing. I think that's when our sound changed a lot. Like we've always liked darker, deeper sounds. And I think like that techno route really came to light when we graduated. Yeah. And when we started producing too, like that was like the type. Like,
Yeah.
That's your tribe.
Yeah. That was it.
we just kept gravitating towards that sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever we would sit down and try to make something. So
Right.
Do you have differences between how you work together when it comes to production versus when you're performing? Are there
You go ahead.
yeah, I mean, I think we have different areas that we're strong in. Like, I think she's very, very creative, and also
Thank you.
very technical. So she, in terms of like production in the studio, she focuses more on kind of the micro and like putting down the ideas, opening up the project.
Yeah.
Just kind of playing around with our keyboard.
Yeah.
Like just playing around with it, and then she would put down all these ideas, and then I would come in and then do I'm more kind of like the big picture, like macro, kind of like so I would
help with
I think
arrangement.
I'm good at doing the arrangement, the flow, and the energy throughout each track, each production. And then she would do her mix downs and do all the technical stuff behind that. So I think that really just meshed really well in our workflow. So there's never like where we would be like, kind of like butting heads, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was always a good like mesh with, each session. So it was really just, I'm really grateful that we have that.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I've seen other people like trying to collab or, but it's so fluid the way we do it.
Yeah.
It's like we're in and out. Like he can be by my side or he can be on it for a little bit and I can walk away and then he'll introduce some ideas and I'll come back and be like, nah, or like, no, this works. Let's like work on this. And then, I think like what helps a lot too is like the flow is really good. And like, because we do everything in-house, everything is so quick with creating a track, mix downs and getting them ready for mastering. We do that all in-house as well.
I looked up your name, Tonal Theory.
Yes.
So I'm going to read this. So it's basically the study of how pitches and harmonies work together in music.
Yeah.
It's all about understanding scales, keys, chords, and how they create a sense of tension and resolution.
Wow.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's perfect. That's actually perfect.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, how we came up with the name
Yeah.
Tonal Theory, we have like, that's back in when we were in college, right? And then we just were getting kind of serious of doing this together, being a duo. And then we were thinking of like, maybe we should come up with a name for both of us, right?
Absolutely.
And then we were kind of sitting down I still remember, we're just sitting down at the library.
It was business room.
Yeah, one of the
in the
rooms at
business
the
room,
library.
Yeah.
And we're like, what's like both, common for us, but like it's still kind of music related, but not corny for an artist's name.
Yeah.
It's still corny.
I think mine is corny that I didn't approach Ryan Soho. It was basically I wore a lot of shirts with Soho on it. So. Yeah.
And then we something clicked, and then we actually remembered that we both took this class. It's actually Music 101 at our school.
Yeah.
It's called Tonal Theory, and we both took that class. It's of course like what we do is basically music, which is tonal theory in its academic sense. It's what it's behind all of that, right?
And behind that too is we both come from classic backgrounds. Yeah. So that was like
You're trying to translate their harmonics from the classic to,
right.
to this.
I did piano, viola, a lot of orchestra stuff, and he did
classical guitar
and and ensembles. So, when you go to college, that was like the one thing that we stopped doing. Like we did it since we were really young, and then when you're in college, like all that goes out the window.
Yeah.
You continued doing it.
I did
in
throughout college. Yeah.
But like I think that was like the common ground, like both of us with musical backgrounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I think that definitely now, I mean, hearing the exact definition, I think that's definitely the mindset that we have behind, all of our productions, all of the sets that we play and how we build every set.
Yeah. I love the word tension. Like we live
Tension
by
release.
that. Yeah.
If you think, I was looking up like music production on hard techno, and it was just like, as they explain it, it's like, you basically start off with 909s, and then sort of like, you can either go polyrhythmic or acid sounds.
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of yours is really, kind of like really like just that vibe of sort of like dark possession style.
Yeah.
Thank you.
like haunting and stuff. I'm like,
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah.
Distorted bass like kicks and everything.
Yeah. For sure. I feel like the music that we create I like that it's darker, but also it can be light. Like we play with melodies a lot.
Yeah.
Like I think it's more inspirational, like the light coming at the end of the track type of thing. I like to like have that type of element in some of our tracks. And then sometimes I like to just go really dark, very percussion-y, very driving,
ascending, trancey, kind of like
Right.
hard trance, like what I remember, anyways, back in the day.
Yeah. Like we were really influenced with trance music too for a long time when we did. We were part of synthesis as well for a while, and with the melodic backgrounds that we had already, if you put techno beats or like kicks with a trancey element, it's a trancey track or a hard trance track, and we try to like dabble in that as well. So some of our tracks are a little more prettier too. Yeah, for sure.
As I was like looking at some of the things you guys have done and some of the conversations you've had in the past, this sounds like this is kind of where the label comes in, where you've got this like driving, tension building sound that you really love, but also the melodic, and so creating a label that allows for not just both, but kind of all things in between. Talk about Undertone.
Oh, I'm so glad you guys noticed that, though.
Of course.
Just because like I think that was the hardest part is like we weren't trancey, so we didn't fit in that bubble, and then we weren't really hard techno, especially today what's considered hard techno. So we've had a really hard time trying to bucket where we are as techno artists.
Always the BPM influence, isn't it?
Right. Yeah. And so like we like faster stuff, we like slower stuff, but like with these labels, when we were shopping around trying to release our music, it was always like, you're not this, you're not that. We weren't bucketing into what they wanted.
Right.
And I think like that's kind of where we're like, Undertone would be like unheard artists. Like it's more experimental of people that can't really get their music out there. And that's why we kind of created Undertone, is I think our music doesn't really go in a lot of places.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can create a realm for that and for upcoming artists too.
Are you finding it like not enough, but like, are you finding upcoming artists who are like, oh, this is exactly where I or we need to be to make like not just get that sound out, but also like if you're experimental in your approach, then you have an artist who comes in who's more experimental in theirs. It seems
that
like
actually will start a community in itself.
Right.
Are you finding that you getting enough? Like,
Absolutely. We absolutely appreciate each and every artist that's sending us music because, and I mean, I think we're very proud of our label and all the artists that we've signed and released, and I think almost every one of them is like that was their first EP release on any type of label. And we started as like just for our music, but then we start to find all these different types of genres and corners of techno, right? It is techno focused, but we're trying to like our motto is bending bending genre boundaries, right?
Yeah.
So
as I could tell, everything's just an evolution.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Right. So like the first proper EP release was from a local producer named Stooks, and it was a proper, really dark, kind of like ambient, but also very kind of driving industrial techno. And he approached us. He sent us a message with his tracks, and it was just like we were so blown away. This is exactly what we were looking for. And then that kind of branched out into like the next EP was like all live from a producer in the UK, and so on. And we've kind of evolved into many different sounds of techno.
I mean, this come a long way from Detroit to now.
I mean, right.
Yeah.
We're really proud of the label. I feel like there is something about it though. Like when you hear the tracks and like hear these different artists, I still hear like an essence of what it means to be part of the Undertone like family and like what that sound is. And I feel like you'll never get the same sound, but it's still like, okay, this is so Undertone. Like this is a journey.
It's only a journey, and just like where you started and how it is now.
Yeah.
What's it like having to pass on projects for the label or pass on music that maybe isn't quite ready, or you're not quite ready for? Like, what's the
right? We think of it always as just because we passed on it one time, just we're not passing on that artist specifically, right? So if they continue to work on it and then send us more music in the future. It's about building that connection and relationship as well, I think.
Yeah.
So, you know,
We
just
actually
because-
had someone do that in the
right,
past.
right.
Yeah. They did a remix. We had like this one track called "Can You Hear Me Now?" It's really silly.
Yeah.
And and it's not silly. I got fired from Verizon, so I played. That was my tribute.
You were let go.
I was not. I was
You were
let
let
go.
go.
I wasn't fired. I was
Yeah.
let go.
Unceremoniously led out of the
Yeah,
building.
it was a bit of a,
Yeah, they did a big cut in my department. Yeah, they cut me, but they let me go. And then after 10 years, I was like, "Yeah, can you hear me now?" And so I made a track with that.
from the commercial.
Yeah. And we got like a remix competition, and a lot of people that didn't make that remix, we talked to them. It was like, hey, take out the vocals, work on it. We'll work on it with you, and maybe we can do something about it for a VA, like a various artist release. And we had, I think, 2 artists
Yeah.
come back, and we finally signed them for a various artist release in fall, right? Yeah, fall time.
Right.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah. And then I think, I mean, we are definitely impressed with, there's just so much talent out there that are not getting
The
spotlight.
recognition.
Yeah, the recognition.
Are you getting things from all over the U.S., all over the world? Or are you
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
Both. Yeah.
Yeah, we have people from LA. We have a few artists from LA. We have people from New York,
Denver. Which
Denver,
is,
UK. So
Do you find that they're, sorry, go ahead, please.
I'll
go on.
go. Just I'm honored that they're
Yeah.
like, it's like now the label is getting artists from across the US, and it's really cool to see.
Yeah, I
for
mean, it
sure.
speaks to like your own growth and journey and the music you put out there, and like you have the credibility for it, right? And I was wondering if they're finding there are different sounds coming out of different places. Like LA has different sounds, and not to box anyone necessarily.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you get something from the LA one day, and the UK the next, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, that's something I haven't heard before. That's just
Right.
kind of
The
characteristic.
discoveries
Yeah.
and these different scenes
Yeah.
out there. Yeah.
Right. I feel like it's more time period,
Yeah.
if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Uh-huh.
I feel like with techno, what's popular now is just like I don't think it's a specific sound that comes out of LA or comes out of New York.
Yeah.
I think it's like a time period. Like in last year, we got a lot more harder songs because of like the hard techno boom that's going on.
Really?
with
Yeah,
the
everything's
TikTok
sort of like
boom.
yeah. TikTok was like all about like
Yeah.
There you go.
rave and you
Yeah.
know, even Gabber at
Yeah.
some point, right?
So like we get like demos like that. Hard groove. We've got a lot of demos that are like hard groove for sure. But they all have like different flares to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think hard groove lines up with me just because it's just so housey.
Yeah. But it's just faster.
Faster, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think? I mean, I don't think it's by
Yeah, I think in terms of artists and their music is not differentiated by like different regions, I would say, but definitely like the parties that are happening in each
Yeah.
respective scene definitely has a bit of character differences for sure. But in terms of like the music that's coming out of all these artists, I think it's just what they produce and what they believe in as an artist for themselves.
right.
So yeah, it's kind of hard to say if it's like
Any
like by region. I think it's a
is there any artists
Yeah.
out there like on a bucket list that you've always wanted to, you know, like you've always wanted to see?
wanted to see
Yeah. As far as fans.
that we have never seen before,
Yeah.
or
Or just the bucket list. Like you've went through half or you want more, like more or less
Well,
finish
this
off or
person
something.
actually retired from the scene
yeah.
Yeah.
due to the scene being so shitty lately.
We did,
But we did see her.
at Movement.
Yes,
right.
and
but that
I-
was only one time.
Yeah, and I would love to see her again. Paula Temple
Okay.
is like a big person that
Yeah.
like I was really, really inspired by. But I think she retired last year.
Would that be your dream B2B?
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Okay.
Yeah. That would be my dream
Yeah,
B2B.
yeah.
B3B, I mean.
Yeah, B3B. if they come back. If they come back for sure. Yeah, I don't know. You can't pick my artist. That's my artist.
I mean, somebody who we've never seen.
I think not seen
Or have seen.
or have seen.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I would go watch Colin Benders over and over again.
Yeah.
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 He is a live, 100% live hardware modular artist.
Okay.
And we've seen him, I think now three times. Yeah. At Movement, during ADE in Amsterdam, twice now. I think
Twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Detroit.
Always mind blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like it's so simple, but
Yeah.
it's
Sonically, just
yeah, and like and I think that's the beauty about techno too, is like every element needs to have a purpose. I think even with our productions lately, the way we produce, we've been like cutting back elements. Instead of making it like super, super noisy, like you have to have every element be purposeful
Yeah.
and have its like home and have its space and like stripping things back. And like he's modular, so everything is stripped back and he just adds
And
a kick, a hi-hat.
And how long would those tracks go? Usually, it would be like what, 12 minutes or something. Like along those lines.
Right.
It's just
like,
it's an hour track.
Yeah.
You know, with these modular, it's a 1 hour track in the end, and you add new kicks,
Yeah.
new like
Yeah. That's why it's just, you just get so lost in it. You know, you don't even know when it kind of like shifted things and just like,
yeah,
you're just on this
yeah,
like journey.
Yeah.
it's like
So-
it doesn't like make sense until like it starts looping like 5 minutes later. You're like,
huh?
and you start like,
Yeah.
whoa, locking into it.
Yeah.
Like as a
yeah.
dancer myself, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. And he does that tension and release so well
Yeah,
with his modulars.
are-
So the way he brings in a certain element, the timing and the pacing is just mind blowing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and as a modular artist, I think that's really difficult to do.
yeah,
Yeah, truly understated.
Yeah. So let's talk about it. So we
Yeah.
talked about a little bit about production, the label, and on the performance side, right? Like, what's again, the styles and the tastes seem to gel pretty quickly in terms of performance when you're behind the decks. I mean, what's that like
Yeah.
for the two of you, stylistically, and
Yeah.
yeah,
I think you kind of said it perfectly. We definitely feel like we're like one brain
yeah.
when we're performing.
And I'm
Yeah.
Because people ask us like, oh, how do you guys like do the B2B thing?
Yeah.
Like for your set. But we actually, we're not really
B2B.
B2B.
Yeah.
We're just
Yeah,
one kind of identity and brain
Yeah.
playing a set, I think.
Yeah,
So
and we're not. I like really think about it. We're not lying. Like I've tried to do like people are like, oh, are you guys doing like 2 tracks you, 2 tracks him, whatever? And it's not. It's not like that at all. It's like,
yeah.
oh, we're doing this track.
Sometimes we would pick the same track.
if you had to pick a Winter Olympic sport based on this, what would you guys compare it to?
I don't know, but yeah, one track.
Yeah.
We're both
Yeah.
clicking
I don't
on
know.
it.
Yeah.
And then one time he accidentally, like, I play a track and we're like so in it. And like sometimes, with techno tracks, you have a kick, you have a hi hat. And then he picks the same track and he's mixing in that same track. He's like, this sounds great with that one. I'm like, it's the same track.
is that one right?
It's
Yeah.
the same track.
I
Same
think,
keys. Yeah.
I think watching the Olympics recently,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if
Ski
I
luge.
were to
Delusion.
no, actually, I was gonna say the one of the bobsled that has 2 people in it.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Is it bobsled or luge?
luge is just one
bobsled,
person.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be us.
that'll be us going down the.
Because they do everything together
Course.
outside of the bobsled.
journey.
They're like,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
gonna go eat the same spot. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's perfect. Honestly,
Yeah.
There's the start, beginning, then there's different corners of like so much tension, speed, and then there's some
Oh my god.
straightaways,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like
Oh, you got
all these
technical.
different
I can
things.
picture that, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Well, I think
Yeah.
there's a lot of like there's a lot of like B2B that I mean you're in it together as
Right.
tonal theory, so it's not like you said, it's not a B2B to begin with, but there's a
Yeah.
lot of times where you see the names is going to look great, and then you get there and it is like my track, your track.
Yep.
And like even like when Ryan and I B2B together, we try not to do. We're not quite one brain, I would say, but like you and I just kind of like make it happen, make it work. And
I try to challenge him. Sometimes
does,
I kind of just
absolutely.
sideswipe him with like,
With a
let's see
random
what you're gonna play
track.
after this one.
yeah, well, it's like you said, like I'm in a
That's an
pretty narrow range, and Ryan comes in and he's like, well, I'm like 134. What are you doing to me, man? Like,
Keeping him on his toes. He's BPM police over here.
but I like it's kind of like again like you know it when you see it or you know it when you hear it when a duo is working really well together and not specifically just doing track selection, right? And it sounds like that's a big part of your process is like feeling your way through it and moving your way through it and like processing and not just like, oh, you played that, I gotta play that. Like, do you notice the same thing when you're up there yourselves? Like, are you noticing like maybe for better, for worse, being like, hey, you've put 4 on, can I get a shot?
I don't think we've ever really like, if we download music, we've both agreed to it. We try to be really selective now, like with because my God, the library, so many gigs, like we have to be now like selective when we play it or download it or purchase it because we're always trying to support artists. But I think it's just like one mind. He likes it, I like it. There's no like, this is my track, this is your track. I don't.
Yeah, we always agree to
like what we put in our library. For sure.
You have like a personal gauge and what's gonna hit the mark for what's kind of what you're gonna curate for.
Right. We have definitely different. So when we're digging for tracks, I think we look for, let's see, different moments of your set that we can put that into. Like, and not everything has to be like 100% energy. Drop here,
drop.
Right.
Yeah.
There are so many beautiful tracks out there that you can really kind of just like slide into it and
go into the
people kind
ambient mode.
Exactly. And people love, because you just can't be hammering down 150, 155 hard drop tracks for hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, right?
That's what I personally know as a DJ for the longest time. It's like I thought everyone knew that.
You know? Right.
Sometimes you have to just
but that's like not. I mean, we have so many new DJs, so many new performers, which I like. If you heard me before, like I think it's great. I take anybody and everybody who wants to play music. I think it's good for the soul, good for the world.
Yeah.
But there's sometimes where you don't necessarily know the rules, right? And not to be like the rules have to be rigid,
right?
But there are certain there's certain rules and certain bends, and like you can't, like, if you're going down the bobsled track at 80 miles an hour, you can't create your own turns. You got to take the turn that's there for you.
Yeah.
And I think, like an extended set, not to bastardize this metaphor too much more, but like, you kind of got to let the track take you right, a little bit. And
exactly.
Yeah. I think with the way we grew up and like we've all thought that way.
Yeah.
This new generation, I'm just like, oh man, like, I thought it was kind of given too with these set of rules. Like we can go on with all the rules that I think about the DJ life and what you should do in a club, what you shouldn't do to a promoter, what you should do as an artist. Like we can go on, but
hot
like,
topics.
Well, I think part of it is
very
being
hot
able,
topics.
like we can, I mean,
but like,
you can find ways. Like I think what on the other side of that coin, there's those of, I mean, I've only been doing this for a little while, but I'm up there in age, but like create enough space to teach those things, like to create low risk moments. And you know, it's hard because if you're in your, I don't know, if you're early 20s or whatever, everything can feel very high risk and in the moment. And if this doesn't pop off, then I lost my shot or I got to go now. And I think we try as much as we can to create low risk spaces where you can play a track or experiment. And it's in our ethos, right? Experiment and curiosity. But
you don't want to just repeat all the habits of like, this is my comfort zone.
Right.
But we'll call you out. Yeah. If you miss one of those things, like we call people out and we're professional about it. But there are certain ways to handle yourself.
Yeah.
Like behind the decks with the promoter, like with the bar or whatever. And I'm not one to say all is like those things are totally lost.
No,
but
not at all.
I also like, you know, I feel it, right? I feel like a little like codger old man, like being like,
I know.
It's my credibility as well. Like, you know, like 1 hour is all I could do, guys. Can do 4 hour sets.
Yeah. But when it comes to, we're talking about the what you notice as you're performing. Well, first of all, do you perform solo at all?
Whenever there's like they invite like a solo, I'll do it. Yeah. If it's like a female, like a female lineup or something like that, they'll do that. I think the last time I did something like that was like 4 or 5 years ago.
I think it was Flash.
I think it was Flash. with Julia and Sarah Landry.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, they had
Nice.
her at
There you go.
Flash. But it was like a girl lineup. But other than that, like we haven't really played separately in a while.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to do that when I got pregnant. Yeah, I was like, you
Yeah.
can go play, right? But at the same time, I'm like, no.
You're in the background. Headphones on the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they were trying to line something up in LA and November, and I'm doing like three more weeks.
Yep.
And I'm like, do you think my doctor would allow me?
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
No, not gonna happen. November hit, November 1st hit,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
was like, I'm not going anywhere at this point.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever played by myself.
Yeah.
Have I? I don't think I have, unless it was
Back bar
yeah.
underneath the 930
Yeah. I don't
club.
know if you remember back bar on
Do yeah, in the like in the back
That-
corner.
Yeah.
We used to
I went to Texas and you
go
were
through a
playing.
couple of nights.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was when I was running the event by myself down there, and then I think I played by myself
Yeah.
at one time. But that was like how many years ago?
It was like 2018.
Right. So I'm more
okay.
nervous to play by myself now
Yeah.
than she is.
Do you
Yeah.
notice
She's-
different like when you're as consumers or in the on the dance floor or whatever, do you notice different like tension and different build and different moods when it's a solo versus when you have like a good B2B or a good duo? Like do you notice
from other art.
Other
yeah, like
artists
do you
or
like do you pick up on
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
oh this is clearly like two people one brain versus like oh this is clearly an individual. I think
Yeah.
we talked about this, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like I don't think we noticed it, but we started recording our sets with our GoPro a little bit
Yeah.
to see how like we interact and how we look up there. We're definitely not the let's
Yeah,
go like
yeah.
You're in
like
good company.
showy. Yeah. We look
We're busy,
like-
but
you're not
we're
like-
so busy back there. I don't know how people are doing it.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's professional work in a sense, right? So
Yeah. We're busy behind there, but like you can see it's like we're not really talking. Like we're like
Yeah.
really in it. We look over, we're constantly
land the
mixing.
plane.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Yes,
like
yeah.
we're like together. And I didn't realize that until I kept on watching those videos. Like every time we have a set, we put a little GoPro to see how we like interact. And if it looks good and the lighting is good, maybe we'll put it on YouTube,
Yeah.
But then that got us comparing to like other big B2Bs and like people are like constantly, oh, B2B with this big artist and B2B with this big artist. And you can notice like, oh, the flow is different for sure.
Yeah.
Like, it's their track, my track, their track, my track. You can tell like, oh, what are you going to play? And then like I see a lot in B2Bs, like when they're mixing, the other person goes behind and like
Yeah.
lets the guy like kind of
Right.
like play their
Yeah.
song and have their spotlight. But we haven't never done that.
Yeah,
if
I think
anything.
that's so weird. I mean,
Yeah.
like again, the same way. Like Ryan,
But we're not producers, though.
No, but like, but in
like,
terms of like performance, like
Yeah.
like I'll get my hands in there, and like you'll get your hands in there, and like
Yeah.
you can like. But a
Yeah.
lot of people don't. Like a lot of people
Yeah.
are like one that they're like, okay, it's my turn. Like, okay,
Right.
it's your turn. You play two tracks.
I've seen like
okay,
they're
it's
like
your turn.
mixing or
Yeah.
like they're playing with the
Yeah.
fader
Yeah.
or with the highs and lows, and like
Yeah.
the other person's like,
Do you guys?
Yeah.
Do you guys
Yeah.
do this? Do you have acapellas that you throw in?
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
yeah,
yes. I was playing with
we have a couple
one,
in the arsenal. Yeah,
Yeah. I was playing with the Johnny Cash one, and then recently I was like watching a movie, and I don't know. I used to love rock music and like
Yeah.
heavy metal and like stuff like that. But there was like this one girl, Flyleaf. So it's like so sick, but I got her vocals and I kept on playing it on top
Yeah.
of our heart.
yeah,
And it's just like, I will pray. Yeah.
Yeah.
On our techno track.
shouting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And then, yeah, we've been playing with a
there's
lot
another
of
one
vocals,
that's like a old tech, not
Oh.
old techno track,
It
but
is-
that one techno
I got
tracks
the
that was
music in my mind.
yes.
I got the music in my body. And I keep looping that. I got the music in my mind.
Yeah.
In my body.
So yeah, we
did-
do throw in a couple.
Something he does really well
Yeah,
too. Ryan's.
I did some track, and it was like basically a movie vocal. So it was
Oh, I
just
love
called-
I love
Yeah,
that.
it's called Slaughterhouse. Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Yeah,
what
it was
the
just
vocals are.
like I think it was George Clooney on a vocal or whatever
Okay.
it was. Like, like I don't know. If
You have to send it to us.
Yeah, it referenced like a 90s like movie
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah. We love playing with vocals.
Yeah, because sometimes those things can be an inspiration for your next track. Honestly,
Yeah.
that's how we love movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
So-
like our last EP that we did, The Devil. Yeah.
Funny how we were mentioning Arlington, and
Yeah.
we've formally met you there, right?
Yeah.
But there was a person like preaching outside saying, I see you smoking. I see you
is this
drinking.
in Clarendon?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's literally, yeah,
Sound
in
like
Clarendon.
Yeah. Partying,
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so like I recorded him
On your phone.
On my
literally.
phone.
Yeah.
and that was the inspiration for our EP.
Yeah.
I love it.
Came up
I love
EP.
that.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, I've seen that
Yeah.
guy.
Oh, you've seen the person?
No, I'm assuming it's the same person, but it's right at the Metro.
I will-
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
will send
Yeah.
you the track. Yeah. He's like, the devil
love it.
don't care about you. The devil don't care about me.
Devil don't care about your soul. Yeah.
Yeah. God saves your soul.
Yeah, that hits differently when it's 2:30 in the morning and all room's clearing out.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
we're all about the Taco Bell monster at 3 a.m. So.
Yeah. But that was definitely a bitch to clean up because it was on my phone and I recorded on
yeah.
the memo thing and I'm like,
Yeah.
gotta cut out all the car sounds.
Yep.
All
Conversation noises that was
conversations,
happening.
Me bitching about it. How do I isolate this? And, yeah.
You're a pro. You figured it out. Clearly, yeah. You're good.
Made an entire EP on it.
Oh my gosh.
What's where outside of outside of the DMV have you guys played?
Yeah, have you guys been on holiday or been to Germany or anything like those
Yes.
kind of
Right.
stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've in the States, I think our first out of state was in Philly. There's a group named Labyrinth Productions, and then I don't know if you know Damon.
Bradley.
Yeah.
I
Long
don't.
time ago. Yeah.
Okay.
I might have
Techno
just
Fist.
recently-
I don't know
I might
if
have
you.
just recently followed them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damon. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's longtime veteran in the scene. He used to be part of the techno group promoter called Sequence prior to COVID. They've been throwing really quality shows for many years in DC. I think they brought iHip models before he was even famous. Back in like January of like 20.
It was a blizzard.
Yeah, there was a blizzard that was happening. But then yes, right. So we played with first time. It was with somebody
Was he without a
from
mask?
our
Yeah. Yeah.
I think yeah.
Yeah.
But it was funny. It was our first out of state gig, but it was with someone from our DMV area, so it was kind of cool. And then from there, we played
think all the
New
major-
York, LA,
Yeah.
Dallas. We played Detroit, one of the after parties during Movement. With 6 a.m. group. That was so amazing.
Yes.
It's been a long time dream of ours playing an after party at Movement.
That's
so
impressive. That's cool. That's
was,
impressive.
yeah.
yeah.
Sure. It was in the really creepy hotel. Like I always wanted to play in
Yeah,
the creepy
Leland.
hotel.
Leland.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Leland,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then we've done Miami.
Yeah.
And then
I think like the States. I think this year is going to be
Yeah.
interesting because we're trying new cities. Like,
Baltimore.
yeah.
I think I know a contact in Orlando that I could
Okay.
send him your way.
Thank
Maybe
you.
you can, figure something out around.
That would
my
be
gosh.
amazing.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking like afters at EDC Orlando.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't know anybody in Florida. Yeah, actually. But that would be amazing.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Yeah,
Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You'll line up with him perfectly. I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Welcome.
Oh man. Yeah.
And then
Our goal is just to hit the cities and
yeah,
the
because
US.
states like United States is so big.
Yeah.
And then we've gone to play in Copenhagen. That was our first European.
How was that?
Yeah, show.
It was amazing.
Yeah, that.
But we
Yeah.
have no footage, no cameras because you can't have anything in there. People can be
No phone
naked in there
policy.
and
Yes.
dance.
Oh.
Yeah.
Burgoyne policy.
Yeah.
Burgoyne policy. For real,
But
yeah.
like I know
Flight
techno
to
like so
Copenhagen.
huge in Berlin, Germany, and
Yeah.
but I think Copenhagen has been on kind of like top of our list for many
Right.
years because they have such a distinct like taste.
Right.
I think, and also all the artists that's coming out of Copenhagen and the music that's coming out of Copenhagen in the techno scene is something that really we felt like aligned with our vision,
Yeah.
right? So, and luckily we were
able
connected with the promoter, and we was our first time. We've been wanting to go to ADE for a very long time, so we kind of aligned our trip so that we would go to Copenhagen, play, and then we would kind of okay, now that we're in Europe, we have to check out Berlin.
Yeah.
But then it was like Monday that we were
we arrived and it closed.
Yeah, and everything's just not closed. But we did like one day Berlin, and then went to ADE in Amsterdam. So, but yeah, that was our first European scene experience, and it was just so inspirational. Yeah, and we learned so much, and was inspired so much. So when we came back, I think that's where we kind of started to kind of bring some of the energy back to DC. So
the Copenhagen experience, like what was I mean, just like how much time did you have to play? Like what was the response?
Right.
How did it compare to like what you thought it was?
Yeah.
Like, what you thought it would be?
Because I think like Europeans, we get kind of nervous, like what doesn't slap? Like what if our music doesn't slap there and it's not good? We're really nervous about that, and I think that's where like we had to take a risk. There was like with techno, you don't play edits really, but we had this one edit that we kept playing just because we made it, and this tribute to like my rock days. I love System of a Down.
Yeah.
And so
Nice.
The System of the Down remix that we have, we're like, man, towards the end of the set, it was just like, should we play this? Should we play this? Do you think people would understand this in Copenhagen? Are they going to boo us off this stage if we put a lyrical
we were
track?
kind of scared.
Here?
Because we're just
Very underground.
we're not. At the time, like I'm still. We're not like a big artist. We're just an artist that's based in DC, coming out to Europe to play, and no one knows who Tonal Theory is there out there. So we were very nervous about that, but it was just so like receptive. I think their night starts at 11, 12 a.m. and 7 a.m. sets are just like common and regular. And everyone's just the energy from start to finish.
Like it's different.
It's just
they're there to dance. Yeah. It's not like, oh, it's 2:00. I need to go home. I drank enough. Whatever. Like they go in with a purpose, and they're just like.
Berghain starts at like Friday and then ends at Monday or something.
nonstop.
Yeah. I heard people like stay.
Yeah.
Right. They just like continue to sleep. Yeah. But the energy there was just. It was so untouched by the commercialized, I think, like sound. Yeah. It was just. Yeah, it was really inspirational. Just everyone's there to dance and have a good time, and it's like no one cared what you're wearing, what you're feeling.
Right.
It was
and that's the crowd, and also I think I would love to speak on like the promoters' professionalism as well, because like
that's a unique thing, isn't it?
It really is.
No matter how big you are, no matter how small you are, they treated us with so much respect. Like took care of us, and I like wanted to keep that as a standard as a promoter too in DC is like no matter how small this person is or how big this person is, we're going to respect them and give
as anyone else.
And give them our all to make them feel welcome.
An audience perspective.
And then show them a good time.
Right.
Like people are here, people are there to dance, right?
And
I think and there or there's things going on until 7, 8, 9 a.m. and I feel like you see like glimpses of that around here. Like there's glimpses, and there's some good after parties. Like we've been some good places around here. And there's some good things happening.
Can I name a club, for example?
I mean, you can name names, but I think where I was going with this is like, you guys have I've seen you worked with like Heaven Dancing Club, right?
Yes.
Who do some kind of experimental things, like late night things, out in the field kind of things. Like, but in general, like what do you think it takes to get back to this place where if we can find more spaces where just open up and dance and go? And I know some of that's like, well, you got to be ballsy and like underground, and you got to take some risk, but at the same time, like there's still an appetite for it, clearly. So like, what do you think it takes to find that space again?
That's been a question that we've been trying to answer for the past 15 years we've been in this. Honestly. So,
and like honestly with shows that we like the underground shows that we do with Undertone, they're it's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. The underground scene is really, really hard. You
Yeah.
have to find a good venue, good promoters, good like general managers that's willing, like sees your vision and allows you to like come into that space. But
Well, okay. Well, how about this? In terms of the vision, I think execution we can all agree is like just a mountain to climb, right? But I think the vision, have you found people who share, like who do share the vision, even if the execution is still maybe not quite fully?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like back in the day, sequence used to go until the sun came up, right?
Yeah.
But then I think there was a slightly more available spaces before COVID, I think.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of promoters that we kind of grew up with or grew up on in the scene.
like synth, you know,
Like Rome, there was Rome, right? There was Sequence, and they were throwing all these underground parties. I know Rome once tried to do a whole 24-hour multiple, like getting together all of the underground collectives in DC, and they were trying to throw this 24-hour rave, but then of course got shut down, and so of course with authorities, and that's kind of difficult. What makes it difficult? It's the laws, authorities that are, and also
lack of space.
Lack of space too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there are still spaces, thankfully, in DC right now that are operating, past that kind of normal 3 a.m. close for the nightlife scene here in DC, and it's. I think a lot of things has to kind of click together, and I think what the biggest thing is being the right venue with the owner who's willing to take that risk.
Right.
Honestly,
and like other than just like that technical part of it too, I think like building that community, like I think that takes a while to like continue to build and to make these spaces work.
Yeah.
Right. To get us to keep throwing parties like this. I would like to think like over the years with Undertone, we've built a community with some of the people, and like there is an urge to want to continue going into the underground spaces. And man, I don't know. I feel like there's no like, I'm trying to figure out how to like answer that. There's like so many things that just need to fall in place that like caters to them, caters to us.
Right.
Yeah.
And I do think there needs to be a certain standard to provide a proper experience for these underground shows.
Yeah.
So that it is memorable and they keep wanting that to continue for how many hours, right? For a night for them to come out and stay and have that energy to continue that long throughout the night. So,
and I will say like, on that like Heaven Dancing Club, what they do a great job is like from the beginning, they never swayed from what they're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
Going the experimental, doing these like more minimal techno or house or like sometimes experimental stuff that they try to do. And I think like Undertone too, like we've never swayed from our vision. And I think that's what like gets our patrons to like gravitate towards us. And like we don't, this is like a really weird comparison, but like now there's like this whole fad of like no phones at these parties or no phones at this, at Flash or this. I think we've built a community with an Undertone where we don't even have to say that. Like you just know, this is not the space to do it. Like we don't have to write no phones, no doing this, no doing that. Don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's like,
more of a self-policing,
and a group mentality, and they they all see it. They know what's up, what not to do, and like if you look at our videos or some of our parties, like maybe you see a phone here and there, but it's like I would like to think like we've had people gravitate towards our scene or
I mean that's really like refreshing and reassuring to hear because I personally like I don't really care. Phones I don't I don't really have but I think when you create an environment because I've always said. If the music's doing its job, phones won't matter.
Yeah.
Right.
And so as you've described it, where you've got performers and you've got a dance floor that is immersed in the experience and the music, you don't need this.
Yeah.
Right. And if you need that, at the same time, I also feel like if you've got that and you need it and you want to capture a moment or whatever, like, okay, I can live with that. But I would much rather be in a place where it is driven by the music and driven
Right.
by the dance floor, and not
Yeah.
by a sign on the door that says, you
Yeah.
know, signed
No, dude.
management. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
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 And like I've been like another reason why like we don't say no phones at our parties or stuff like that is like we have new artists that we're trying to showcase.
Yeah.
What if they want their friends to record them for
Sure.
the first time
Right.
playing?
Of course.
We're
Right.
like
we have a gift of being able to capture those moments.
go.
And
Right.
like, so,
Yeah.
so yeah, I'm a little, I don't know, maybe like, it's kind of like with kids, right?
Yeah.
Like there's the, like, you know, like I'm a second born myself. So like my brother has more pictures than I do, and I've got more
Yeah.
than my younger sister. Right.
Right.
And there's all that, like, that, man, maybe it's just millennial resentment coming out of there or something. But I feel like we have this gift to capture moments.
Right.
And as
Yeah.
long as we're not like, you know, in our baby's face or like on the dance floor constantly,
Right.
like there's a way to do it tastefully.
Right.
And it sounds like you create events and spaces for yourself and artists that allows for capture the moment, but it's
Yeah.
still music
Right.
and performance driven. I
Thank
think that's incredibly refreshing to hear. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
yeah,
you.
I'm so thankful for the patrons. Like we
Right.
never had
Yeah.
to say anything like that, but it kind of became a cultural. Like they did it themselves, right?
Yeah.
Every time they come to the parties,
Right.
they created
Successfully
it.
without policing.
Right,
anybody.
right, right.
And I think it's
Yeah.
it's took some time to build that trust in
Yeah.
our, you know, what we put up
Right.
in shows and stuff.
right.
And I think a real kind of the fruition of all of these ideas and vision and our
Yeah.
you know motto and everything in between was our last year in April we did a party called Misang.
Oh yeah.
And that was in Korean that translates to artist, like it's like unknown, unnamed, right? And we did a whole night where we just didn't have anyone else named on the lineup. And it was just a flyer with the name and the time frame, and that was it.
Yeah, like-
even at the show, we hit the DJ, and we just had our actually cousin is a visual artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she made these like moving visuals for the whole night. We just had like a screen with the projector, and we just projected that all night. And the DJ was hidden right behind it,
So you can see
it
the
was-
shadow of
It was
it,
kind of
right?
obscured, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like a shadow moving behind the
cool.
screen,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the whole night we had it secret,
Yeah.
for everyone. So to this day, nobody knows who played that night.
Yeah.
Except
And it was one of our
except
most
us.
successful nights
That's
that we had
awesome.
last
Wow,
year.
what a cool, what a
And
cool
then-
concept.
Yeah,
Like, that.
like we were
Everyone-
so nervous
Yeah.
about doing that, but like I think that was our like it's something that we really really wanted to do, and we're like, should we test it? Do you think we're at a stage in Undertone? Not that we're successful, but maybe we're still at like the grassroots and like the beginning phases of it. But maybe this is the time to just see like would people
Yeah.
understand
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
And when we put it up, like people were
It
really
was
receptive.
it was so nerve wracking
Yeah.
planning for that one, but
Yeah. 10 o'clock, I'm
I-
saying, I'm like, no one's here.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
yeah.
No, but it was one of our most successful nights, and that was just no lineup.
And
no
that's-
one knows.
that's one of the
Yeah.
examples where people were just in it and they were
Still
just
no one knows.
yeah,
No.
still no one knows. We
No.
never told the artist. Yeah. And like we had to ask the artist
yeah.
too. Like, I know this is your first time playing for us. Maybe in the future we'll have you again, but are you okay with playing
being
and
unnamed.
not
Yeah.
being
Anonymous.
named?
Yeah, that's awesome. I think it's so important. Yeah, I mean, like those. Yeah, I think, and to go back to where this started, like those concepts and those things that are truly unique but still immersive, like that's part of getting back
Yeah,
the
I
spaces
think
that we
so.
want to think.
Yeah.
Right.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I love that. I love
Yeah,
that
let
concept.
the art speak for itself.
Yeah.
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 So with you know, it's an exciting year, an exciting beginning to the year for you
Yeah.
guys. Like, what
What are you looking forward to?
What are you looking forward to this year? What do you got in store? I know you talked about going out to new cities, but what's on your mind for 2026?
Survive.
I'm kidding. No,
I know that feeling.
trying to, I think, like navigate parenthood
Yeah.
and this for sure. Yeah, I'm like, I want to show my daughter that, oh, that's so weird to say.
I think the last time I talked to you guys is like you're gonna end up getting like 1 million photos in like 1 month, and you have to get like 5 terabytes of data.
She had to get a new phone actually because more
pictures, more videos. But But yeah, I really, I thought I was going to like calm down and go back and, spend time with Ellie a lot. And
The juggle.
yeah, I really do.
things,
But I
yeah.
also want to show her like, hey, like you don't have, because of a family, we don't have to like, we don't have to keep compromising. I mean, I know there's compromise in it for sure, but I want to show her that you can still be strong and like continue doing it. And I think that's a little hard for me. I'm going through like, I don't know if it's postpartum, but for sure I'm having that internal struggle of trying to figure out like what I need to do in music and how do I show up for her as well. And like, I think there's like, I want to make sure that I'm doing it for me and her, not for other people, because I do have like this moment where I'm like, I don't want people to be like, oh, she got pregnant and she had a baby and they're done. They're not going to be playing anymore.
Yeah.
But I can't think that way. And I'm like trying really hard not to think that way. I don't want people to be like, yeah, tonal theory, they're no longer relevant because they have kids now. And I think that's been a little bit of a struggle for me internally, is like, how do I like be like, hell no, I'm in the running. I'm still here, but not do it for them. Right.
Yeah. Hopefully we're a small piece of the start
This
of that.
is
'cause you're
amazing.
certainly relevant to us.
Yeah, because we all like went through challenges. I didn't have like my parents that lived here nearby to take care of my,
Right.
and it took me until about 5 years ago to like get back on track with DJing again, and I had to put everything in the back burner, just raising my son. And,
Yeah.
No, mine's chaotic. I got too many kids to
5.
consider it ordered.
Well,
but
they
it's
all
like,
look out for each other. Minus the
They do. But I think it's not necessarily reassuring, but I enjoy seeing other performers both here and elsewhere throughout the states, the world, whatever, that talk about or involve their kids as part of the process, especially, these people have been around for 20, 30 years. And I've always, at least the bet that I'm making, and I don't know who's to say if this pays off, is like, I want my kids to know that it's okay to continue to follow your passions and continue to follow things that are important to you.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're going to have to make compromises one way or another,
Right.
but I don't know. Time will tell how well I'm setting that example, but I do think it's important. Like my parents set that example for me, and I think it is. It's certainly doable. It's hard, but anyway, it's not about me. It's about you guys. So what else? What else you got going on? 26.
I think I will say I think it's like the immigrant family.
Yeah.
They're always about like, I've sacrificed everything to get you to where you are now.
Yeah.
Like this is like the
Pressure built
immigrant
up.
family
Yeah. Pressure built
kind
up.
of thing.
Yeah.
So I want to kind of change that a little bit.
Yeah.
I know they worked so hard to bring us up the way we are now.
Yeah.
But how can we continue our passions and still set an example for our
Yeah.
daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah. But 2016.
Yeah.
2016.
2026. Yeah.
Just slip through. Like 2016.
We're 2 months in already. Oh my goodness.
For me, I think figuring out as well the parenthood and the fatherhood and how to support, her and our daughter and be present. And so I think I've kind of had a hard time a couple, these past few weeks trying to manage and be there for everything. But I think I'm in the learning process of how to delegate and be okay with certain things.
Yeah.
And part of that could be, that I think that's why I'm so grateful for us to have this life together as a new family too, and that we're both passionate about the same thing, and how fortunate we are. And I think one of our mentors has told us that, like how fortunate are we to be able to choose music every day, as your passion. And I think I just want to show, I think it kind of goes with, following your passion and be relentless about it. And I think we're just very in a fortunate space to be able, that allows us
To even think about
think about it and choose it every day. So I think 2026 will be about, keeping up with that passion and raise a family for the first year together as a family. So
It's exciting. I mean, it's really exciting. I mean, congrats to both of you on the family
Thank you.
and of course, congrats on all the many successes in music to date. And I'm sure there are, many, many, many more to come. I know time obviously is precious, as we were just talking about. So let's get you out of here. But Ryan, you got any parting questions?
Where can they find you on socials?
Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
Oh yeah. We are so on Instagram, usually our main source of communication with our community. We have a label. It's Instagram. The handle is just Tonal Theory, and then our label page undertone_music.
And are you guys under Bandcamp?
Yeah, we are, and also our main storefront for our music, and the label would be on Bandcamp. So it's undertonemusic.bandcamp.com, and
That's where like you can. A lot of the proceeds go to the artist through there.
Right.
But we're on all the other platforms on Beatport,
Spotify, Beatport, all the streaming platforms.
All the streaming platforms.
And major stores as well. So, going forward, we are planning to do our album release at the end of the year, going into 2026. We're looking at around like a nine-track album, and I think we're going to be releasing singles throughout the whole year, and then do a big release with our first, hopefully, vinyl with that. So vinyl records, press some vinyls with that. So
I'm a collector of vinyls.
Oh, really? Okay.
We're not big risk takers, so we're like, we'll just do 20 batches.
It's going to be a really small batch.
So stoked.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think that's kind of what's in store for us right now.
More music, trying to get our music out. We were in the studio a lot last year because can't move. So trying to get all that music out.
Yeah, because I do think like we as Undertone, we've thrown events in the city for a couple of years now, but we do think that we are still a record label first, and it should be music first. So that's what drives everything else that builds the community around it, and also the event series and so forth. So we want to focus on us and our record label. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we're certainly supporters and fans. It was really nice. Yeah, really nice of you to come in on a weeknight to do this. I know it's not always easy to get away, so really appreciate it.
So
glad it worked out.
Much.
Yeah, of
thank
course.
you for having us.
Of course. Thanks, guys.
Absolute pleasure, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wrap it up.
This was great. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
It was so much fun.
That was
a good conversation.
I was so nervous.
To talk to us? No.
No, just in general. Real talk though.
Yeah.